You not had many performances like that, have you?
Nope. Nope. It was awful.
What went wrong? What was unacceptable for you?
I think you're best asking me what went right. Otherwise we're going to be here a long time. In the first half, some of them looked very comfortable. Did they want to really win the game? Did they really, you question their desire and their attitude, and it's an affront to them, some of them, because they've got the professional pride and it's sort of ingrained in you. You're questioning their work ethic. And I've said to them for years, I won't shout if you're not trying to pass the ball to each other or you don't run around. I shouted at them at half time. Not necessarily because it was 3-0. Some of them weren't running around. That's the first thing. Don't get me wrong, I also made sure that they understood that the goals were not acceptable. The first goal's bounced 4 times and the lads just literally took a touch onto the goal line and tapped in. You don't see that on parks. You just don't. That's unacceptable. The second goal's just a goal kick. Unacceptable. The third goal was trying to play football. The lads nicked it. It's not good. It's not acceptable on one hand, but at least we're trying to play football. So there's an element of acceptability to that, but only an element. But then when you factor in the fact that some lads just aren't running around, or not, even though they think they are, they're not. They're killing themselves on. Unfortunately for them, I ain't got pickled onions in my eyes, for their eyes. And we all saw it. And you have to tell them. And that's disappointing because, like I said, I can't remember the last time we had one of them.
You told them at half time. Did you tell them anything after the final whistle?
Yeah. Told them again. I think slightly calmer, slightly more reserved. And they need to tell them. That's unacceptable. I think if I can stand here and say that is acceptable, then I'm probably the wrong man for the job, because that's certainly not my teams. Don't do that. I can't accept that from my team. That's for sure.
You spoke many times when you come away from your players that one or two have their little say as well. Did you allow them to have their say? Did you get any reaction?
One or two said one or two things. Didn't really agree with the vast majority of it. I think it was good that they still said something. That was the time to say something. I don't think many of them wanted to say anything. That's, like I said, you learn more. I've said before, you learn more in defeat than you do in victory. That's for sure. And some of them will. I hope that they all go and watch the video. I've told them to, because that's where they need to learn.
And what you will do is you'll go over it and over it again. That's one thing that you do. You do study it with your players, and you'll expect that reaction once again to put that behind them and go in the right way.
Yeah, no shadow of a doubt. We've had setbacks before. It was awful. I'd say. I don't think there's lots of adjectives to describe that, and none of them are pleasant. And we've got to make sure that we understand why. That's certainly part of my job, but it's part of the players' jobs, and we've got to help them. Don't get me wrong, I don't feel much like helping them right here, right now, but on Monday, Tuesday I will, that's for sure. So we've got to make sure that we make them understand, because that's the only way they're going to learn.